Oh. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Sewing Machine Adventures, yeah! And for this episode, I feel like I'm definitely going to challenge myself. I can't remember what I made in the last one. Was it my bag? Was it my proper cool bag? Very successful. But this time, I want to use things I feel like I've learned and try to make something that I can wear. Because I've struggled with that. I've struggled with my t-shirt. I've struggled with gloves. This time, I want something successful that's going to fit us. So I'm going to try and make some joggers. We're going to be doing lining. We're going to be doing pockets. David! We're going to be doing patterns, stretchy elastic hems.
You're fucked.
Do I think I can do it? You know what, weirdly enough, I do think I can do it. I know that's surprising, and I don't know whether I'll, eat my words later, but I feel like I can do it. So I've already made a bit of a head start with this. I've got my patterns cut out. This is going to be the leg of my joggers. So if we think about that, I know it looks massive, it looks very huge, but I think I would rather it be too big than too small. I'm learning from sewing, I would rather things be too big than too small. It's easier to fix if it's too big. If it's too small, it's really hard to fix. So I'm thinking one trouser leg there, one trouser leg there, and then that'll obviously go in the back, and yeah, I think that'll make some joggers. I hope so. And then I've also printed out a little pocket pattern, and I'm assuming this will go somewhere along there at some point. And if you don't know what a pair of joggers are, I think some people call them sweatpants, but in the UK we just call them joggers or jogger bottoms. My favourite kind of things to wear because they're just so comfortable.
That's hot.
And material wise, I feel like you get joggers in very just boring colours. It's like grey, black, etc. So I bought this material, and it's like a fun, flirty, tropical kind of blueprint with some flamingos, and I think that's proper cute, isn't it? It's a 4-way stretch, so it stretches that way and it stretches that way. The only thing I'm a bit disappointed with this fabric is it is very, very thin. It is so thin. This would make a lovely pair of pajamas, and I have a weird feeling when I've finished making these, they might potentially look like pajama bottoms. But hopefully I can still pull them off and wear them out and not look like an utter twat. But I'm thinking, because this fabric is so thin and so sheer, I'm going to line it with exactly the same fabric. So I'm going to need 8 of these cut out of this, if I can. If I can't, then I'm not going to line them. Anyway, let's draw around this. Oh, also by the way, if you notice my face, it looks like someone's punched us. I haven't been punched. I got a little bit of laser stuff done yesterday. This was just the consultation and the test patch, and I think in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to get my face properly lasered. Just some little pigmentation done and some little veins and everything, because I feel like certain parts of my skin are starting to make me look a bit older than 29, and that's not acceptable. So I'm just gonna get a little touch up. Don't worry, I'm not gonna have giant lips or anything when you see us next time. I'm not gonna get that carried away. Although I can totally see why people get addicted to these little procedures and stuff. And it wasn't that painful. It looks quite sore, but it wasn't that bad. Anyway, now that we've got that out the way with, we'll sort this out.
I'm ready.
I need to cut all my patterns out. That's fine. I can do that. I've done that many a time now.
Well, you said that with some determination.
I'm ready.
I just hope I've got enough fabric because I do want them to be lined. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna have enough to line. Great, good stuff. So I'm gonna speed through this and cut out 8 of these. I need 4 that way, and I need 4 in the opposite way as well.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm getting used to this. I know how fabrics work now. We're starting to finally figure it out. It's only taken me months. Okay, so I've finally got all my patterns cut out. I've got all my fabric for one leg. I've got all my fabric for another leg. I did have enough fabric, but on the inside, so when I kind of line the joggers, one of the patterns goes the wrong way because I had to cut the fabric in a different way because I ran out of space. But I've also got my pockets as well. And I'm actually going to start off sewing the pockets first, because this fabric is kind of very thin, stretchy fabric. I always find my sewing machine likes to eat it. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's just my sewing machine and how I use it, but for some reason, this kind of fabric, it gets stuck in my machine. It just doesn't like it. So I want a little tester with my pockets first, just so I can kind of get in the mood and, figure it out. Warm my little machine up, because, you have to treat it nice, and then hopefully it'll treat me nice. And then we can kind of hopefully work on the joggers. I'm absolutely boiling. I'm gonna have to open another window. I'm also gonna have to turn my fan up. I'm very sorry. We finally started having some proper hot weather in the UK. What was that? Oh my god, my balls fell off. Hang on. What's happening? But yes, we've started having some hot weather and I'm regretting complaining I was cold all the time because now I'm too hot. And also, my hay fever hadn't bothered us at all this year and now it's starting to really annoy the life out of us. I don't think last year it was too bad, you know. I don't even think I took any medication last year. But this year, I can't even touch my eyes because as soon as I start, I'll just want to gouge them out. Anyway, let's get these pockets sewn. I haven't got socks on either, so this will be nice. I feel like a hippie. Okay, like I thought, this machine hates this fabric. That was really hard to sew. It's just too stretchy. Someone will have to let us know if there's a special way to sew stretchy fabric. I've done it. Like, look, I'm going to turn that inside. Oh my god, look at that. What a cute little pocket. Have I done that right? Wait there, have I sewn that the wrong way? I'm trying to think how trouser pockets work. No, because I'm gonna... So my pocket's going to be like that on the inside, isn't it? It's going to be sewn like that, and then that's where my hand goes.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, that's not too bad. That's like a cute little pocket, isn't it? That's what you'll obviously see on the outside. I just wish my machine liked this fabric better. It really, it's like proper fighting it. Oh my god, look at that. We can totally see that. It's like a cute little, oh. Also, I have no idea how I'm going to attach these to the actual joggers when I make them. And I also have no idea how I'm going to I know how I'm going to get the basics of like the shape of the joggers, but I don't know how I'm gonna like finish it.
She doesn't know. Oh.
I'm hoping by the time I've got it and it's done, I'll feel, I don't know, it'll just come to us. That's what I'm hoping basically. I'm just hoping it'll just come to us. Like Jesus. Right, let's get this second pocket done. Okay, surprisingly, I felt like that went a bit better. I think the trick is with like really stretchy material, you can't let your sewing machine take over. If you start to give your sewing machine too much control, it'll just proper gobble the fabric. You have to really kind of guide it and ram it through. You have to proper force the machine and tell it what to do. Otherwise, it just wants to just do its own thing. But there we go, I've got a second pocket. Oh, cute. Oh my god, I'm making things. I love making things. I love making things when things go right.
Doesn't happen very often.
Now I need to actually do the joggers. I'm wondering how to do them. I'm wondering how to do the lining. I'm thinking the best thing for this, obviously lining wise, is to take each one. Hang on a second, let me figure this out, because this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Because I'm thinking I should really double them over. But I know one's, yeah, so I need to take one from this pile, because these are cut the opposite way. So one from this pile, and I've got one from my other pile.
Huh?
I know that doesn't really make sense, but it makes sense in my head, and it helps me figure out what I'm doing. It's not like a mathematical thing, it's just so I stop getting lost off. So if I've got one that way, oh, but remember I need to do them inside out. Hang on, one that way, one that way. And I think what I'll do is I'll sew these together to make the lining, and that's going to make one side, so then I pull it back through, and then they're both going to be facing the right way.
What?
And then that's one side, and then I need to repeat that 4 times. I think that makes sense.
I'm sorry, I'm not following.
Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for everyone. I feel like it makes sense to me, surprisingly. Right, this is going to take me ages to do. And the thing is as well, it makes you understand why like fast fashion companies and stuff skimp out on like the lining and the little bits and bobs, because it adds so much fabric to an actual garment. I could obviously not line this and it would be like ultra thin and it would feel like proper cheap, even though I've obviously like handmade it and really put loads of effort into it. It would still feel proper like shitty. So if you just put a little bit of effort in and line it, I think it'll go a long way. I'm just hoping my machine is going to be nice to us. Okay, so I've finally done that. Honestly, I don't even know how long what I've been doing. What time is it? I started half 10. I don't know, 12. I've probably been at this for about 4 hours. It takes so long to sew something, you have no idea. But anyway, and I'm still not done. I think I'm over halfway now. But I've got 2 pant legs. So if we look at that, this is essentially 2 double bits of fabric sewn together, and there's 2 of them, and they're clipped together, they're not sewn together yet. If I was just making these joggers without lining them, this would all be just 1 pair of joggers, but obviously I've doubled it. So I've got one here, the waist's open, the foot bit's open, and then also, can my foot fit through that? Oh, it's stretchy, isn't it? Fantastic, yeah. My foot will fit through that fine. And then also, I nearly forgot, I need an area for obviously like my crotch and stuff. I'm very, very terrible at explaining things, but I know what I'm doing, surprisingly. So they're gonna like connect like that. I'm gonna sew all down the side, leave the top and bottom open, and I'm gonna sew this bit closed. And then if we see there, that looks like a pair of trousers, doesn't it? Look. Woo! Oh my god. You know what? I think this is actually gonna work, and I think they're gonna fit. I don't know about the whole elasticated drawstring pocket thing. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but this bit I think is actually gonna work quite well. While I know what I'm doing, let's get to sewing. perfect. Okay, one bit done. Right, I need a new bobbin before I start the next bit. Oh my god, it's looking so good. Oh, I hope these fit us and I hope they look nice. Well, I know they're gonna look nice, but I just hope they fit us. I can't be asked to thread another one. I'm just gonna, I think I've got a similar colour. No one will ever know. Can you remember the first episode I did of Sewing Machine Adventures? I couldn't even
thread a sewing machine.
And now look at us. I feel like an expert. I know I'm not, but I feel like one. I'm getting so good. I really am. I'm so proud of myself. I know last episode went fantastic, and I feel like this episode's going to be another good one. I know I had that witch's hat disaster, but that wasn't a part of Sewing Machine Adventures, so it doesn't count. Okay, set up and ready to get back to sewing. Okay, that should be one leg sewn together now. I'm just trying it on to make sure it fits. Look at this. Oh my god, I've got a trouser leg. Obviously this is like crotch bit here. Look at that. Oh, I don't think I need elasticated bottoms. Because these fit me like a glove. Ooh, I might get away with it. Well, I'll put a drawstring on, just in case, but like, look at that. Ah, oh, yes. Oh, I'm proper chuffed. Okay, I just need to do the same thing with this leg, then sew the crotch together, and then turn them inside out, and we'll go from there. Okay, I can do that. That's fine. Okay, so I've finally got a pair of trousers. I've tried them on. They look like trousers. The fit is... They definitely fit us. It's a different kind of fit, and I'm gonna say it's a design choice. It's not a mistake or an accident or anything. I've designed them specifically to be a bit unusual, because why would you want to make trousers or jogger bottoms or anything like that looks like what's already out there? You want it to be a bit different, don't you? But anyway, I need to make some adjustments because some things just aren't quite right. So I've done a little pin at the top to figure out where I want the actual waist to be, because it's a very high-waisted pair of trousers and I didn't want them to be that high. And then I'm also going to try and fit this drawstring into it, but I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just going to try and, I don't know, what do we think we should do? Because when I had them on, I was folding it over, but that looked awful. Because obviously you can see that seam. So I'm thinking it would have to go inside. What happens if I poke like 2 holes through my joggers so they come out here, and then we'll just kind of sew this into here. Not sew it into here, but like sew a channel for this to fit into. I think that'll work. There's a lot of thinking and hoping. And also, the day's getting on a bit later and I'm starting to feel tired now, so I'll start to make mistakes.
I need a nap.
Also as well, I'm making these without any instructions or looking at a tutorial or anything. I'm just using my sewing skills and what I've learned to figure things out. And that's what I prefer doing. I think I learn better this way. I know other people don't, and that's fine. They need to sit and read a manual and stuff, but I don't know. I prefer making little mistakes here and there, and then I'll learn in the future, instead of trying to do it perfectly the first time. Oh, this waist is wide. It's got some growing room in it.
I hate salad.
Right, so I'm gonna have like this channel thing. We're gonna pin this right up at the top. Yeah, okay. I feel like my brain's starting to do stuff. Great. Because this was the bit I was worried about. I'm not gonna add the elasticated bits at the bottom because it doesn't need them. It really doesn't need them. They're very tight. Right, so that's all pinned up there. So that's gonna go like that. Poke one out there. Okay. This is looking like trousers, isn't it? Is everyone surprised? Oh my god, I'm so shocked, you know. I feel like I've proper guessed this. It's like, seriously, I feel like I've really like fluked it. And whenever I do stuff like this, usually it goes wrong. I haven't really had any mistakes. I've had a few holes here and there that I've had to fix. But other than that, it hasn't been stressful at all. Look at that. And then that'll go through like that. And then I just need to sew around here and create that channel. And then that will just kind of tighten everything up. Perfect. Yes. Right, okay, let's get this sewn. Okay, I think that was quite successful. Oh my god, look, I've got that all sewn in. Perfect. Oh my god, cute. Okay, great. Proper chuffed about that. I have got a lot of excess fabric that I'm gonna have to cut off. I have to admit, mind, these are a heavy pair of joggers. They're like proper heavyweight. These are your winter joggers. Even on the like gorgeous and summery, they're very just thick. They're gonna keep you warm. And obviously I want pockets, don't I? I'm regretting wanting pockets because I can't be asked to put them on now because they've been sewn forever. How am I gonna do a pocket? I'm thinking basically just cutting a hole here and shoving the pocket in and then just sewing it. Do you think I can do that?
No.
In fact, what I'll do first, I'm just gonna take these bits at the bottom and hem them because they're looking all scratchy and weird. here, hem's done. I think that worked very well actually. They look well neat now. They look proper tidy, you know. Right, where's the front at? Pockets. Oh, do I even dare do pockets? So if this is my pocket, kind of go down on an angle, wouldn't it? And I would want it inside out. Yeah, because you want that to be the pocket. And when it's out, you want it to look like that. Alright. I'm going to have to cut this gorgeous pair of joggers. I don't know how I feel about that. All I would need to do really is slice the top of it, wouldn't I? And then just sew it in. Just wondering how will I sew these in though? Like what kind of stitch do I want to do? Do I just like sew it as a normal thing? So nervous. You have no idea how nervous I am because these look really nice and I don't want to screw it up. I don't think I dare. I'm sorry, I don't think I dare. I think I'm going to cut my losses. I've made an alright pair of joggers. I'm not going to screw it up with the pockets. I don't feel comfortable. I know I'm starting to rush now because time's getting on. And I'm also very tired. And I know this is where I'll make a mistake and ruin them. And I have a feeling these I've got, I actually will wear them as a pair of joggers. And I'm calling that a massive success. At a later date, I've got the pockets and I might add the pockets. But for now, I think I'm going to try these on. I just got like a wave of just terror and I just really thought I was going to ruin them. Right, I'll put these on and then I'll show you what they're going to look like. Oh, I'm well excited. Okay, are we ready for the grand reveal? In 3, 2, 1, move that bus! Ta-da! I think these look okay, don't they?
Oh, you sexy bitch.
They look alright. They actually look like trousers. There are a couple of things I want to point out. These were longer when I first tried them on and when I've made my adjustments, they've gone... Oh, I felt something snap. That sewn's really dodgy. I'm just going to cut that because it's irritating us. There, I've got a hole now, but that needs fixing anyway because it was sewn the wrong way and it was irritating us. But anyway, they're a little bit on the short side. Don't look at my feet.
Oh, good Christ, what the fuck is that?
They were really long before, and now I think because I've taken them up and I've done my little waist thing, it shrank them quite a lot. But still, they're very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. Well, actually, I lie. I say they're very comfortable. The fit is like a bit weird. I've sewn the crotch in a very odd way and it feels, I don't know, it feels very crotchy. Like I'm very aware that there's something happening down here. Not in like a naughty way, as in like something weird's going on. Like a bit restricted, you know? But other than that, they feel nice. As you can see, we've got like a little waist bit here. I feel like I should have added, you know when you've got like joggers and stuff and they have like a trim? I feel like this could have done with a trim or something like that. It just feels a bit cheap around here. I think I would like to incorporate something like that next time. Obviously, I really need some pockets. And another thing I will mention about the fit of these is I've sewn them sideways. So this, if you look here, these are knees. These are where the knees are supposed to be. So they're supposed to be forward. But when I was sewing them, I realised a bit too late that I'd done it in a weird way. So they just feel a little bit unusual. But again, that could be a design choice. Like maybe we want a little bit of, ooh, a little bit of razzle dazzle, a little bit of wide legs, but I'm still pretty happy with them. Love the print. Pretty chuffed. Well done me. I'm calling this one a success, you know. I've learned a lot making these and there's a lot I would do differently next time, but still, I'm kind of into them. Or maybe they're curtsy joggers. That's what I've invented because they've got these little tug bits. So you go like, oh, pleased to meet you. I don't know, is that a curtsy or is it like a... I don't know, I don't want to... Look at that. I can proper stretch. Look how well made they are. Look at that. I could kick a football if I wanted to. Yeah. Not that I want to, I'm allergic to football, but still. Anyway, I think that just about does it for today's video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And let me know, again, if you've got any sewing tips or tricks or anything like that. And what you want us to make in the next episode. I'm open to ideas. Now that I've worn something and I've successfully managed to fit into something, I feel a lot more confident. Oh my god, I've got this and my bag. Ooh, look at all the pattern. Oh my god, I'm going to be covered head to toe in patterns. This is the great thing about making your own clothes. You can just make whatever you want. Anyway, I'm gonna go, so I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Oh, look at them. Look at them. You know what? The seams and everything, they don't look too bad. Weirdly, I've made some mistakes on these, but it looks like design choices. It looks like I've intentionally done it. Like the seams are all like double seams. And I don't know how I've done that, but it looks like it's supposed to be that way. I just wish the crotch and like the length was a bit better. Maybe they'll fit and work better as like a little 3/4. Ah, what do we think? Zoom yous out again. Sorry, I know this is the end of the video, but still. 3/4, what do we think? I think I like them better this way. Cute! Oh, chuffed, I'm going to the beach.